Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channels, Tony Harvin and Tony Harvin Network. We're broadcasting from two channels at one time, my primary YouTube channel and my secondary YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. I greet everybody upon this day. Hope everybody's doing well. This here is Live Conversations number 252. Live Conversations number 252, where we're here to talk about, raise the question. I saw a comment on Facebook yesterday. It seemed like somebody was through with life and whatnot, and things like that. So I decided to have a conversation about life in general. Is life hard? And dealing with pains and struggles and things like that. And y'all know my disclaimer: I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. This is not a sermon. This ain't Pastor Harvin. I don't have an altar. I'm not here breaking down scriptures and stuff like that. We just having a regular conversation and things of that nature. No need for all the over righteousness and XYZ. I'm not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement. All right, let's see what's up in the chat room. Because I ain't checked the chat room yet until now. All right, they started commenting at 6:39 p.m. Wow. 6:39 p.m. Corey Lewis, he says, what's up? You mind doing a call-in show one day so people can ask questions? I do already. I send a link in the chat room, and you understand? People act like they shy and whatnot and things like that. I put the link in the chat room for people to come in before. And a lot of people are just shy. So it's like, you know what? Let's just turn away from that. You know what I mean? When I put the link in the chat room for people to, come in and have a little conversation here and there. Some like to go on for 15, 20 minutes. I don't got time for that. A couple of minutes and that's it. So I put the link in the chat room sometimes for people to come in, even to the trolls. I want the trolls to come on so bad. Oh, man. My camera. What's going on, man? Now you got my camera messing up, man. My camera done messed up on me. Forgive me for this. Wow. They got, there you go right there. All right. So, yeah, I put the link in the chat room sometimes, and people don't, they don't click it. What up, Marcos? What up, Miss G? What up, Christopher Span? Christopher Span says life can be hard, but yet and still. You wrote a scripture, 2 Timothy 1 and 4. What up, Pebbles? What up? What up to Sandra Williams? Deborah, what up? I'm great. What's up, Jackie McCall? He says life has its challenges and many choices. The choices that you choose for your life will be the choices that you will eat, rather good or bad. It's your choice. Makes sense. Choices. Some people make choices that can put themselves in prison for a lifetime, right? Some people make choices to deal with somebody who's, is terrible to them. Maybe a marriage, have kids with a person and stuff like that. So you're right about that. What up, Nicole Martin? You says life is like seasoning salt, huh? It's what you make it to be, and without works, life can be bitter. Just like eating salt by itself can be nasty. But when you sprinkle it on food, it tastes better. Got you. I'm going to get back to you, Jackie McCall. Let me get some of these comments out the way. What up to Kim? What up? Corey Lewis, I mean, we ain't really talking about long hair right here, man. We ain't talking about long hair. What up, Cynthia Davenport? What up? Kim says, all I'm saying is we must pray for the suicidal. We must pray for the drug addict. We must pray for the prostitute. We must pray for them all. We must pray for that person that want to live today. Got you. You says, I was that person. I'm 25 years clean from heroin. What up, Tasha? What up, what up, what up? What up, Cali Boy? What up, Simply Behold? Prodigal Son, Penelope, Mr. Ham, Tyrone Giles, MHW, Jeremy. You said depends on the person's situation. Elaborate if you haven't. Chanel Austin, what up, what up? What is that? Cherish. You says, I'm not going to lie. Truthfully, life for me has been nearly unbearable. What up, Jen Juice? You also said that, but some of my life's greatest pain is a direct result of my own previous choice to sin. Wow, I think Jackie McCall mentioned that with choices earlier. Be ye holy. Lady Speed says, blessings, bro. All in chat, life in general is hard, but worse without the grace of Almighty. G Swole says, what up? Like, yes, life can be hard. The reason why I like your lives to be able to express myself with like-minded people, that makes life a little easier. Well, you know what? That's what I came to mind last year, with this live conversation thing, just to, interact with people, just to have intellectual conversations. Of course, sometimes we got trolls to come in and make stupid comments and whatnot. They're trying to disrupt things because they got nothing else better to do. You understand? And these people are supposed to be men of God and stuff like that, preaching the word. But yet, us grown people, we having an intellectual conversation. You'll see it sometimes. And I'm pretty sure some of y'all have seen it. You understand? People like that, their lives are miserable. You understand? How could it be that you're in the pulpit preaching the word of God and then you come on somebody's YouTube channel spewing out hatred and whatnot with grown people trying to have an intellectual conversation? That's like you being outside, you with your family, your friends, and y'all having a good conversation about life. And then you have some so-called preacher to try to interrupt y'all whole conversation on the outside and things like that. Similar to what goes on here, which is crazy. So that's why I came up with the live conversations, just, to have intellectual conversations with people in general. All right. Tasha says, my fault, Craig. He says, life has its ups and downs, but to be living healthy is a blessing. Craig, you says life can be tough. Life can be tough. That Jesus Christ can get you through anything. Take it from someone who's been dealing with dialysis and has way less than half, 50% to survive even right now. That's deep. That's deep right there. That's deep for sure. Prodigal Son said, life has been unbearable. For me, no mercy, like Cobra Kai. What is that? C-Mac, what up? Hope all is well. What's up to Bob T? Simple Faith. What is your fat count on hamburger? What do you mean? What y'all talking about, man? You got one person talking about long hair. Mr. Ham, you talking about hamburger? What's going on? Hamburger? Where'd that come from? What a Mickey D's commercial came on or something? What you talking about a hamburger for? What up, Julio? You said, I have been through ups and downs, even through the addiction. Now delivered, I try to maintain a grateful attitude. What up, Corey? Elijah Hutz, you says, life is hard, brother, but we just get back up again and shake it off like Paul shook off the viper. What up, Sister Davis? Hope all is well. Cynthia Davenport says, life was hard growing up with not much guidance, but now I have learned from my many mistakes. I agree. I can agree with that. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't say that I haven't had guidance. You know what I mean? Growing up without, a father, whatever the case may be, more so. And of course, you gotta, forgive your parents if they wasn't in your life, whether it's your mother, your father, whatever the case may be. That time has passed. Forgiveness and reconciliation. But growing up in an environment in Jersey City, as a lot of us, African Americans, minorities, Spanish people and things like that, the areas we grow up in, violence, prostitution, fights, gunshots, people dying and things like that. And when you have nobody to guide you, that didn't cross my mind because I was always into playing basketball, football. That was on my mind to do. So that kept me away from all that negative stuff and things like that. So I'm blessed that that has happened because a lot of the friends that I had, some went to jail for murder, some died, some are drug addicts, still trying to drug deal and whatnot. And I just couldn't walk that path with them. I just was never interested in that type of stuff. And I'm glad that the Lord had kept my mind that way, that I just was never interested in that type of stuff ever. You understand? Ever. All right. Miss T says life is challenging, but knowing you have God to lean on provides you with the strength you need. Writing helps for me as well. Writing. That's what's up. Prodigal Son says, this has been my hardest year since late last 2022. I feel like I'm ready to see Jesus at times. Well, we all want to see Jesus. To be honest with you, the way this world is, for sure. But it's work. I tell you that much. I done been in a lot of fights, a lot of sparring wars, and been hit 1,000 times in the face, the body, and everything. Broken bones, broken eye orbit, broken nose, dislocated knuckles, broken ribs. But guess what? Those type of fights don't compare to trying to get right. Trying to get right is the hardest fight of my life. You understand this? This is hard. Physical fighting is easy, but this one right here is tough. It's tough to try to get right for sure. Corey says, in life, if life not hard to you, I'd question to what is excuse me. He says, if life not hard to you, I'd have to question, are you living? Because the scriptures tell us that this life will be difficult. What up to Octavius? What up? He laughing. Oh man, Simple Faith. Sister Davis. He said he hungry. Yo, y'all funny, man. G Money. Life can certainly be hard if you do not have enough money to handle what you need to handle. And if you don't have peace of mind, life will always be challenging because it's not, what is that? Utopia? If I pronounce the word right. If you do not have enough money, money. We kind of touched on that yesterday, right? Simple Faith. A man should have at least $5,000 in the bank. Money. That can be true. But like we talked about yesterday, if a person is like in need of money and whatnot, it's a lot of jobs out here. It's a lot of jobs out. It may be jobs that we don't want and whatnot. I know I was hard-headed because I didn't listen. When I was young, I didn't want to work telemarketing. You know what I mean? Guess what? I had no money in my pockets neither. It was tough. So blessedly, you know what I mean? I had to go take jobs that I didn't want to do when I was young to get to where I was going. And although some people do have money issues and whatnot and struggle with money and stuff like that because of bills, rent, medical bills and things like that, it can be tough. Trust me, I've been there before. You could be at your highest point of, XYZ amount in your bank account. You could be high up there and then you could be low. You know what I'm saying? With $50 in your bank account. You know what I mean? Your credit card is almost maxed out. student debt. You know what I mean? You're barely paying your rent. You know, you got to ask people for money. Well, I never did, but you know what I'm saying? You could be at that you could be at that point. You know what I mean? As far as like with money. Now with me, like we said yesterday, if somebody's struggling with money and things like that, listen, it'd be wise to pick up extra hours at work or get another job. You know what I mean? I know it's tough out here and things like that, you know, but sometimes you just got to take it on the chin for sure. You know, I see people outside panhandling and whatnot and things like that when there's a now hiring sign on Food Line. Could you believe that? You're panhandling for money, but McDonald's right there got a now hiring sign. Top pay, $15 an hour. It's crazy. Some people are lazy out here, but some people who are not, and you know, they can have kids and stuff like that, which could be tough. You know, it could be tough. And you said, if you don't have a peace of mind, you're right. You're right about that. A peace of mind. Listen, I like peace. I like relaxation. You know, this is why I don't surround myself with negative people, because of the influence. This is why I don't let social media bother me. That's a key factor right there. A lot of people let social media bother them emotionally and mentally. You know, when I get off YouTube or when I finish doing whatever I got to do on YouTube, that's it. You know, whatever these haters got to say, whatever they're talking about, my big ears or big lips. Somebody had a picture with lipstick on my face. I ain't gonna take that serious. You know what I mean? I'm not on here, you know, crying and sobbing and stuff like that. No way. You know what I mean? My mind is peaceful at the end of the day. You know? He says life will always be challenging because I don't know what that word means, but you're right. It will always be challenging. You know, from your kids to your job. Well, when I go to work, I don't think about those people. I could care less. You know, bills, trying to get right. You understand? So you're right. It is challenging. Prodigal Son says depression and anxiety is the most painful. What up, Gladys? Gladys? What up? What up? MHW says life shall be definitely hard, exhausting, depleting, and mentally draining. But most of it I wouldn't trade due to the immeasurable lessons learned and wisdom obtained. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's go all the way back up for Jackie McCall. I said I was going to get you. You kind of wrote a lot. We back up at the 7:47 p.m. mark. I think I read that one. Jackie McCall says, I don't blame anyone for stupid choices I made over my life. I learned from them and moved on. Life experience has taught me this. Does it make you better? Yes. But it was my choice. I don't blame others. He says, I've stolen from my job and I've got fired and I deserved it. Went on another job and stole and got fired and I deserved it. Experience tells me stealing does not pay off in a good way. Those were stupid choices and I don't blame anyone for my stupid choices. I deserve what I got. Those were struggles and pains. I made those choices. Jackie McCall wrote that. Wow, that's some deep right there. Real deep. All right, I'm on 8:21 p.m. comments right now. We're back at the 8:21 p.m. You said as Christians, Christopher Span, we're gonna have to suck it up all throughout the scriptures. You said, I guess you mean men were hung, fried, stoned, fed to animals as a man of God. I'm learning the closest you get to God, the more you endure. Got that right. Octavia says Jesus did say we're going to have trials and tribulations in our lives. He never did said our life always going to be good. Okay. Mr. Ham says, I'll be honest. Hard time and struggle really built character, and every day wake up by grace of God. I realize what he brought me through. Absolutely. I agree with that. Span says this life will be harder, no doubt, according to the scriptures. It will get darker. Got you. C Mac says Love, bro. Tony Lives. He greets everyone the same. Nobody's left out, even trolls. He just an all around fair guy. Yeah, I try to read everybody's comments. Sometimes I miss a couple of comments, or I miss one, or some comments be like a little off or a little bit too much. You know, I have to skip down to read other people's comments, but I try my best to read everybody's comments, to check out everybody, even the trolls. Listen, I know they in here. You know, it's sad that the trolls come in here. They talk about it, but they sit back and listen to us talk, have a conversation. And they even try to make a video about it. Tony Harvin, he ain't qualified to give out advice. Man, they try anything. Oh, he ain't qualified to wear the black hat. Or why he wearing this white fleece? You know what I mean? What is he, a gang member? They try to find everything. Or why he got that red cloth on his stove? What is he, a blood? What is he throwing up, blood sets? Huh? They trying to find everything. It's sad. But long as they listening, getting wisdom, getting knowledge, and hearing the intellectualism from the people on here, it's all good. They can listen up, you know? All right? They said, why he got that red thing in the back? Is he a blood gang member? Huh? Is he Pyru? Yo, these people crazy on here. G Swole says, do you use boxing to ease your life? Yes. Absolutely. Oh my. Oh my. You know what I mean? Listen, I love to hit things. I love it. You know what I mean? I love to hit the bags because it channels out. I think you said this too one day, Prodigal Son. I think you did on here. You know, whether it's boxing, whether it's wrestling, whether it's coaching the kids and whatnot. That's it right there. Coaching the kids or mentoring people who just now starting up, learning self-defense. You understand? It was a time that, you know, I would, you know, train hard to fight and stuff like that. But now it's like passing on wisdom now to people. It's just not about hitting, of course, but it's a way of relieving stress and tension and things like that for sure. You know what I mean? And also, you know, coaching people. Not only fighting is the way, because it's really not. It's more so used for discipline. You know, when you're young, and listen, I thought I was it when I was young. Listen, getting into the newspapers, winning a championship and things, man, I thought I was it. You know, but I was arrogant when I was young. You understand? But now it's something different. Now I could pass on wisdom of discipline and things like that as a coach, as a mentor, self-defense and things like that. But the best self-defense is to walk away. You understand? But boxing, whether it's boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, running track, yes, it's a reliever. It's absolutely a reliever because people like that, they in those fields and stuff like that because listen, if you trigger them, that's it for you. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people like that go into those type of combat sports and stuff like that because they need somewhere to go where it's going to channel their anger. You know what I mean? All right. She said Tony is a reformed thug. Oh, that's funny. Appreciate that, Christopher Span, for that. Appreciate that. That super sticker. I see it. He says a reformed thug. I never heard of nothing like that. A reformed thug. What up, Eleanor? Shenanigans about to come. What up, Christopher Hanley? What up? What up? What up? Tensu K says if life wasn't hard, we all wouldn't be where we are today because what is that? There are times there are those times we became wiser and stronger. Elijah Hutt says life was easy when I was in the world. I guess you meant okay, I get you now. He says God delivered me from drug addiction and almost going to prison. My best days in the world are far better than my worst days serving God, bro. Appreciate that, brother. Worlds. Listen, trolls, y'all could chime in. Y'all could come in and have intellectual conversation. You understand? It's all right. I don't mind if the haters, let them talk. If y'all got something to say about this, the trolls are welcome. I don't mind that. You know, Brother World says walking with the Lord Jesus makes it a lot easier, but it is hard to stay on the straight and narrow. That's why we need the Lord Almighty. Simple Faith says, I have to rebuild my boss's website. It's not fun. The last people who built his site messed him over hard. Wow. That's crazy. Gladys says, it's the money. For now, I sell ginger beer. What is that? Bobby says, greetings, Brother Tony, and to all the brothers and sisters. Yes, life is, and being in holiness adds an extra layer of hardness. Holiness. Oh, yeah, it's tough. Oh, yeah. It's real tough. For sure. Especially them bylaws, man. Woo! Them bylaws is tough. My. You're right about that. Simple Face says, I'm about to have to hire someone to replace me. He said, troll alert. What are you talking about? What troll? Where the troll at? He said, I see a viper. Where? I don't see nobody. Prodigal Son says, look at the celebrities have millions and still battling with their mental health. Yep. What up to Robert Tucker? What up? What up to Ernest Beard? Khadijah Reeves. G. Swole says, I felt like I used my music to ease my pain, dissing my ex-girlfriends and friends, but now when I listen to my music, I feel bad for doing that. Dissing your ex-girlfriend, well, you know what? I can't say nothing. You understand? I can't say anything because I was young once, but that's understandable. All right. Jackie McCall says, don't ever live beyond your means. Don't make sense to go get a $600 car payment when $7 an hour and you have a $1,200 rent. Live within your budget. With that, you are going to struggle. Absolutely. $600 for a car payment. Ouch. Ouch. That's a lot of money right there. For sure. $7 an hour. Man, what's 7 times 40? 280. What's 280 times 4? 560 plus 560. What's that? About, I don't know. Help me out here. But you still got food, clothes, if they got kids, water bill, gas. Man, $7 an hour. I couldn't survive off of that. I'm sorry. Listen, $7 an hour is one kid. That's the expense for a kid right there. Each kid you have is about $5 to $7 an hour each month. You know what I mean? Kids are expensive. And I got 5. 5. You understand? I'm going to keep saying that. 5. Because I know people out there and whatnot. I know they inbox me and things like that, asking for money. Listen, just note, I got 5 kids. I ain't no millionaire. You understand? If I can help people out, I would. You know what I mean? I got my own expenses that I have to worry about first. Because this whole week, I don't know, something about this week. About 5 to 10 people ask me for money. What's going on? Somebody got some type of video out of me or something like that? Is there a picture of me holding up money? I don't know what it is. You understand? Every time I turn around, there's somebody in my inbox asking for money. You understand? Of course, give cheerfully, yes. But you know a scam when you see one. You know what I mean? Listen, if people out there in your family asking for money, but you got to handle your bills and you got kids, you got to worry about them, your kids. You got to worry about your bills. Never mind being you know what I'm saying, having a good heart. Nah, because guess what? You might get an eviction notice. You might be behind on rent, paying your bills. You understand? No way. You know what I mean? I got caught slipping one time. I got caught slipping one time with an uncle 2 years ago, 2021. His name is Michael. Yeah. Michael. If I had his picture, I'd put him up here. I would. You know what I mean? Asked me for $150. Man, I don't get paid to such and such time and things like that. Do you got it? Can I borrow it? Look at my pay stub. And he's a teacher. He used to work on I think he used to work on like Wall Street or something like that in New York. Man was getting paid $95 an hour. $95 an hour asking me for money. Listen, God giveth and God can take it away. Now he's reduced to a teacher now, making about a fourth per hour from that $95 an hour. $95 an hour. What can you do with $95 an hour? I gave him the money. He said he was gonna pay it back. Never heard from him since. You understand? Of course, I had to repent because I wanted to, you know, I wanted to Suge Knight him. You know what I mean? Suge Knight, Vanilla Ice. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to do at the time. Of course, you got to repent. But that was 2 years ago, man. Of course, I forgive him. Of course. What up, Lynn? He says, if you thought that life was easy, wait until you get to the taste of holiness. Simon Behold says, never had a car payment, but saved every dime. Stems from my dad and growing up without much. But hey, the principles are worth it. Sister Davis says, I think that life is hard for many reasons. From the wicked, certain things I can't say on here, you know, YouTube watching. From the wicked with inflated prices to some crooked in trying to survive today must have faith in God because no more stimulus. He said no more stimulus. He said, they say you're not qualified. They are not qualified to even wake up the next day. But God is merciful to them. That's a good one right there. I like that. I'm going to use that one. Corey says, this life is very hard at times, but if we shall endure, and sometimes it's easier said than done, but God is faithful. For sure. Appreciate that at Christopher Span from the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. Mr. Ham says, people only thank God for a good time and don't thank God for hard times. I think Gino preached on that. I forgot which one he preached on it. He came from the book of Jasher on that one. I forgot which one that was. But he preached on that for sure. All right. Hilario says, why can't Christians have great lives with little struggles? Why do Christians consistently have to have trials and tribulations? Why can't Christians have better lives than non-Christians? Well, that sounds like a selfish question right there. Those questions sounds like real selfish. You know what I mean? Because it don't matter if you of God or not. You know what I mean? You're still going to have trials and tribulations at the end of the day. You understand? I mean, personally, as a person striving to be a Christian or striving to get to God and stuff like that, you know, I know that, you know, trials and tribulations are going to come. But you still got to be thankful that you're still here, going through them at the end of the day. just to breathe a second, to be thankful. You understand? It's a blessing that we're still here, that we still got time to get right in general. You know what I mean? So everybody don't have the same struggles, and everybody don't have, you know what I mean, the amount of struggles as the next person do. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? But there are going to be some struggles you're going to have to deal with. I mean, if a person just living life and nothing happening to them, because guess what? You could be, you know, your finances, your health, your family members, your job, you know what I mean? Things could come out of nowhere to test you. You understand? I'm not preaching on anything, but to see where your faith is at in God and what have you. You know what I mean? I was listen, when my channel got terminated twice, I was tested. All that work that I did for this channel, all the hard work, all the man hours that I put in was just taken away. You understand? And I'm sitting there, you know, if y'all can remember the movie Baby Boy with Trey was swinging punches, you know what I mean? I had to pick myself up and lean on God to get my stuff back. You know what I mean? That was a trial right there. Because I was angry, real angry. You know what I mean? You know, when people get sick, some people get cancer, trial, tribulation. What they gonna do? Blame God for it? Listen, thank God for it. Thank God that you can feel that and that you're still here. You know what I mean? For another day to get right. For sure. Some people don't get that opportunity at all. Look at them people in the submarine. Man, them billionaires, they having fun. Who spend $250,000 just to go in a little submarine to go see the Titanic? You could go to church for free. You get baptized for free, receive the Holy Ghost for free. You understand? They spent $250,000 just to go see a ship, a cruise that been down there for how long? $250,000. They took their time out to go see the Titanic. You understand? And they could have took 1 hour to go to church, get baptized the right way, receive the Holy Ghost, and live on to try to get their life right. You understand? So when I look at it from that perspective, I'm like, wow. Listen, I bet they were so excited, except for the son who didn't want to go. They were so excited to go on the Titanic. I mean, excuse me, to go on that Ocean Gate submarine to go see the Titanic. Look at them now. Where they at? They put all that money. Well, it's not a lot to them, but it's a lot to us. You understand? So they was living good. But guess what? They ain't here no more. You know what I mean? They not here no more. For sure. So when trials and tribulations come, I'm thankful for it. Because guess what? I'm still here. You know what I mean? And to imagine myself being on an Ocean Gate submarine, wasting $250,000 when I could have just went to church, watched the Truth of God broadcast or a Real Man of God and stuff like that, instead of being so excited about going to see a dirty cruise with a bunch of probably dead bodies and skeletons all around it. That don't fascinate me. You understand? So you said, why can't Christians have a better life than non-Christians? That right there was kind of selfish right there. That was selfish right there. That question right there for sure. What up, Levels? What up, Deanne Johnson? Mr. Ham says, people only want to thank God for the good times. I think I read that one. You said, oh, they called me a reformed thug. You said thug life. Like I'm Tupac or something. MHW says, been homeless more than once, but still worked a full-time job. My spirit wouldn't let me give up on me, not knowing that thing in me was God providing strength where there was none. Well, I could say this one time, a couple years ago doing YouTube. You understand? I'm not saying I slept in the car for a long time, but it was like a day or two. I slept in my car. You understand? Nobody knew. Yes, I had a job. Yes, I had a couple dollars in the bank and whatnot. But I can imagine people who are like living that way. You understand? Not to make fun of people like that in general, because that's not a good feeling at all. You understand? But when you want to feel how does people sleep in the car? How do people operate sleeping on the streets? How do they operate? I mean, I could go out there and make a video on how does it feel to be homeless for a day or two. I could feel it, but the way they feeling it, for those who are really homeless, because there's some people out there that are lazy, that don't want to work, or some people that they play like they're homeless, but they're really not. You know what I mean? So you said my spirit wouldn't let me give up, not knowing that the thing in me was God providing strength where there was none. Simply Behold says, I thought there was a scripture to suffer for Christ is something I don't want to misquote. Not sure. G12 says, do you think it's okay to use other things to ease your pain and struggles besides prayer? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Some over-righteous Christians and whatnot and things like that. Yes, we know to pray. Yes, we know to lean on God. You understand? I'm not preaching. I'm just speaking from experience and whatnot. You understand? If running track eases my mind, if working out eases my mind and relaxes me, there's nothing wrong with that at all. For sure. There's nothing wrong at all. For me to go take a walk by the waters, just look at the waters, or lay in the bed and go on YouTube and play like little water sounds or raindrops. Very relaxing too. You understand? My environment here is relaxing. My place. You understand? I like a peaceful environment, a relaxing environment, and things like that. So if people want to work out, I know some people smoke weed, drink, go to clubs every week. Not that. You understand? Not that at all. All right, no problem at Simply Behold. Be safe out. Excuse me, Simple Faith. Be safe out there. Cali Boy says, I'm grateful for the hard times that I've faced, especially being a father of 5 beautiful children. It has been a big impact on the way I support them mentally. Absolutely. The big 5. Same here. 5. 5. Simply Behold says, a good question I think about that I heard was, is what I'm living for Christ worth dying for? And what perspective did they mean that at Simply Behold? What perspective was they coming? All right. Let me see. What up, Latanya? What up? What up? What up? Hope all is well. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Jeremy Dunbar says the best thing you can do is get an educational trade and be the best at what you do. If you're not replaceable, you could demand for more money. Invest your time wisely. Absolutely. Corey says holiness is hard, but coming into the truth of God, coming into the truth, makes one scared to walk away from it, knowing that you'll end up in a Christless grave. Just to think about burning for eternity is dreadful enough. AG, you funny. What up, Terrence Norwood? What up? What up? Hope all is well. It says, I felt the pressure just typing the number 5. Respect, at least you're not a waste. For sure, for sure. What up, Mary Starkey? What up, what up, what up? You funny, Eleanor. You on your shenanigans. What up, Sandra Whitmore? Sin Stu says, do you think these social media platforms would be as popular if it wasn't monetized? Well, that's a good question right there. That's a good question because you got to understand websites been monetized. They've been monetized. You understand? They've been monetized. You know, when you see the websites and stuff like that, like the MySpaces, the Black Planets, what else they had out there? You know, with the ads and stuff like that on it. It been monetized, but you had to be a certain kind of person to know how to do those things. Now YouTube, who else is out there? Instagram and TikTok, Facebook now has made it more easy for people to get monetized and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it wouldn't be as popular because there's websites out there that don't monetize that are popular. I'd say YouTube and other platforms is a great way to make extra money. You understand? I understand what they're doing. You know what I mean? Instead of paying a TV station, right? You see the commercials on TV. Instead of paying a TV station $10,000 for 30 seconds, why not give it to YouTube? You understand? Why not pay people 1 cent per 1,000 view on popular YouTubers channels? It's a business move that, you know, these corporations and these companies are doing with popular YouTubers and stuff like that. Let me just put advertisement on their channels and stuff like that. Even if you don't have monetization on your channel, you still might get commercials and whatnot. And there's other outlets where as though people can make money besides the commercials on their YouTube channels. As far as like popularity and whatnot, it takes a lot of work to get your channel monetized. It takes a lot of work, a whole lot of work. I'd say more than a regular 9-to-5 job at the end of the day. So I believe if people are working hard on their YouTube channel, yes, they deserve to be monetized. Yes, they deserve something. You know what I mean? If BET, if MTV, if TBN, if all these networks could get money from commercials and stuff like that, why can't a regular person, if they working just as hard on their YouTube channel and stuff like that, and you know, not that it's about popularity and whatnot, but if they make a name for themselves, whereas though they could help market the AT&Ts, the Sprints, the Apples and whatnot, for them to receive marketing promotion, why not pay this YouTuber? Because now you're using this YouTube channel for marketing promotion on their channel to try to get their followers to view your products and stuff like that. We're talking about like Apple, who else is out there? T-Mobile and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I think people who got YouTube channels who working really hard, I think they deserve it. Would I say it would be as popular? I don't know. I don't know at the end of the day. You understand? I don't know. Because in general, if somebody's working hard on YouTube and they're getting all these numbers and whatnot, and then all of a sudden somebody's going to be bound to go to court. Somebody's going to be bound to go to court. Like, listen, I'm doing all this work on YouTube. I got 2 million followers. I got all these views, and they putting commercial and stuff like that on my channel, and I ain't getting nothing. Somebody was bound to go to court. Somebody's bound to go to court to try to get some money at the end of the day. So YouTube, they're pretty smart. We're talking business-wise. All right. What up to Georgina Flemings? What up, what up, what up? Sister David says, do you think that life is hard because it is what we make it, and we have to make the best of what we have because the government, I said that word. I said that word has a hand in it, or the Bible just being fulfilled. I'm gonna say this. You know, not a lot of people are in the Bible. A lot of people don't believe it and whatnot. You know, but for me, I think things are meant to happen at the end of the day. Things are meant to happen. You know, everybody has an expiration date. I believe Geno Jennings preached on it. He preached on that God knows your every move. Before you was born, he knew what you're going to do at the age of 40. Before you was born, he knew what you was going to do at the age of 50. You know what I mean? He knew what you was going to eat at the age of 16 before you was born. You understand? So I forgot that sermon myself. You understand? So that's that. I agree with Gino on that one. You know what I mean? So basically, the last part you said, "Oh, the Bible is just being fulfilled." Yes, that part I agree. All right. AG says, "Life is good. Life is great. I can handle everything on my plate." What you a poet or something? You're a poet? Latonya says, "That's true. Helping a family member can make you behind on your own bills, but when you are down and out, a family member can't help you out." I agree. I agree. You're right about that. You're right. Listen, when I was down and out, I couldn't call nobody. Not that I wanted to. You know what I mean? I couldn't call nobody. All I could do at that time was pray. Pray. You know, get a little part-time job and back in 2012. And you know, a blessing came through later on. So I'm a witness to that for sure. What up, finally way of you? What up, what up, what up? Georgina Fleming says, "Life is hard, but not impossible," they say. For sure. What up, Ethan? Says, "Greetings, everybody. Does the Truth of God have a clothing store? If not, what are some decent clothing stores to get clothes?" Tony Harvin. Well, I don't know if they got a clothing store, but I do know there are some saints that create clothing, are good with sewing. They make T-shirts. They make modest clothing for the women. Some make hats and whatnot, bow ties and stuff like that, and what have you. I mean, I haven't purchased anything from them. No disrespect. I wouldn't mind later on, you know. But me, I listen. I get my clothes from Amazon. You know what I mean? What is that? What is that website? Sheen or something like that? You know, Sheen. You know what I mean? Go to the store. You know, if I happen to go to Foot Locker, see me a nice throwback, whether it's Babe Ruth, Jerry Rice. You understand? Michael Jordan. You understand? Brett Favre, Drew Bledsoe. You know, hey, I get it. You know, if it's like a NBA apparel, NFL apparel, you know, of course you got these over righteous Christians all the time. Oh, you ain't supposed to be wearing that. You know, I mean, I just don't wear anything with like skull bones and you know satanic things and 5-star pentagrams and things like that. I don't wear that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Appreciate that, Gin Juice. All right. Let me see. Mary Stalker says, "I would rather explore the Word of God. The Bible is free." I ain't no preaching, Nicole Levels. I ain't no preaching. Joe Blackson. What? Joe Blackson? You said yes, and contribute some of the money to the homeless and the hungry. Yo, some of these comments are funny. I don't get stressed over kids. Simply Behold says, first of all, what up, Gary boy? Simply Behold says, in other words, it was coming from the POV, make good use of the life God gave you instead of wasting it completely. Okay, I got you on that one. I got you.
Bob T says, I always thank God for waking up. I thank God for giving me the breath of life. Life is hard, but it's harder to live holy. I agree. Lily of the Valley says, he also says, okay, you're reading the scripture. He says, don't envy people who have all these earthly blessings. What up, Polo Diamond? What up, what up? Prodigal Son says, Facebook, you can't even express yourself. What you mean by that? What do you mean? Sister David says, not all young people are slothful in business, but a lot are. I think a lot of parents have spoiled children to the point that they don't understand what it is to sacrifice and prioritize and value a dollar. Sandra Whitmore says, I thank God for my struggles because without my struggles, I don't see the rest of your comment at Sandra Whitmore. Gladys says, I write songs from Psalms. I got you. Lily of the Valley says, I think YouTube would still be big without monetization. The big business would use it for ads, or it will still be a site for viral videos. You said Facebook needs to be shut down. Okay, more power to you. And your opinion on that one. You know, more power. Hey, Craig, you funny, man. He said, what's wrong with Facebook? Corey says, I'm like PJ says, you can believe whatever you want, but you still got to come back to Bible, and it's fulfilling itself. For sure. Henry Johnson, what up, what up, what up? He says, keep up the good work, Brother Fast Hands, Tony Harvin, and Brother C-Rock too, for sure. G Swole, he says, do you send money to that YouTuber that says in the beginning of his live, shall we begin? Hassan Campbell, Bronx River. Shall we begin? What Hassan Campbell be doing? Huh? Him? You talking about him? Hit him at the head with the... You talking about him? I don't send that man no money. I had wanted to do an interview with him, though. I hit him up on Instagram. The man tried to charge me $500. You crazy? I'm not sending you no $500 for no interview. You understand? We had Big Hurt up here. He got way more subscribers than him. Big Hurt came on here for free for an interview. You know what I mean? You said, was he mad for none of his followers standing up against YouTube for deleting his channel? Well, the thing about Hassan Campbell, you know, you got to be careful what you say. You got to read the community guidelines. And the stuff he was saying, you know, it violated community guidelines. So, like I always say, a teacher don't fail the child. Although sometimes teachers can make a mistake at the end of the day. You know what I mean? YouTube will wait till you get to your highest peak. They see all the stuff that violates their guidelines. It may not violate your guidelines, but it violates their guidelines. You know, the man was, you know, cursing and saying he was going to, I believe he was attacking this other YouTuber called Doggy Diamonds. I'm familiar with both of them. You know what I mean? So when he attacked the YouTuber over the internet, he said he was going to, you know, beat him up, and then he was going to sodomize him. We're just going to put it like that. He said he was going to sodomize this YouTuber. Now, when you say something like that on YouTube, you ought to be terminated. You ought to be terminated off of YouTube. You say something like that. You know what I mean? I don't joke around with stuff like that. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't even condone talk like that. So, I mean, I used to listen to him, little stuff he used to have to say about certain events. But when you say you're going to beat somebody up and you're going to then sodomize them, because those who don't know Hassan Campbell, he was, I'm trying to not to use certain words as though we get flagged. He used to get sodomized by this hip hop artist, African Bambaataa, when he was young and whatnot, and things like that for a long time. You know what I mean? So you can tell that the man still has some residue on him in his subconscious of his mind and his heart, because you don't tell somebody you're going to knock them out and then sodomize them. You don't play like that. I don't care if you're not in the, I don't care if you're not in that type of field. You don't play like that. So that's why they demonetized him and whatnot and things like that. You understand? So, I mean, to me, he seemed like a cool guy, whatever the case may be, but some certain things he says like a little off and whatnot. I don't send him no money, because when he got his channel removed and stuff like that, I listened to the first video he came out with, stating that he got kids and whatnot. All right, that's cool. Miss me with all that, sentimental stuff, because I don't care about that. You know what I mean? That's cool. You got kids and you want to take care of your kids and whatnot, but don't wait till somebody demonetize you to say you want to help people out. You're going to help out these people and that type of people. And then when I inbox you, listen, come on the channel and stuff like that, and try to charge me $500. What? Who you helping out? You ain't helping nobody out. It seems like you're just in it for the money. I'm in it for the people. You understand? Because you can't name one time that Tony Harvin ever asked for $1 from anybody over the internet. And everybody is welcome to receive an interview from me for free. And anybody is welcome to come on here for free. I got nothing against the man at all. There's no hate against the man at all. I don't hope to see anybody get demonetized if they make money off of YouTube. Listen, that's your grind, that's your job, that's your hustle, cool. But I don't respect a man that said they're going to knock out somebody and then go sodomize him. You understand? Now, if you say, you know what, if we fight, I'll beat you up. Cool. All right, cool. It's wrong biblically, but when you put that sodomize on, that's some kind of, that's different. That's almost like the false prophet who made a video and he called one of the members of the Truth of God chubby cheeks. I seen it on the thumbnail earlier when I was going to work. He called another member of Truth of God chubby cheeks. What? Why these men gotta add something of the Skittles community every time they talk or every time they want to make a video about somebody? They have to use something with the Skittles community. They have to use something like that. For what reason? He called the man chubby cheeks. That must mean you're looking at the man rear and then you're giving the characteristics of it. And it's supposed to be a minister. I could see if you called him a dweeb or a dork or something like that. But when you start adding that stuff from the Skittles community, something wrong with you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? That raises a question on that person. You understand? Especially if you're a minister. Call the man chubby cheeks. What? Just like Smut Lewis when he made the picture of lipstick on me. Listen, they taking the fun out of the back and forth stuff. They taking the fun out of it, man. When you hear stuff like that, it's like, they done took the fun out of it. I don't even want to go back and forth with them because they on something else. Now they looking at me in a kind of, you know what I'm saying? In a kind of, type of way. No way. No way. Not at all. For sure. All right, let's move on. Okay. What up, Tara? What up? Sin says, you says, do you feel free in that peace knowing that you are being controlled and speak the real truth as a YouTuber? Everything has to be censored. Yeah, I feel free in that peace. Of course, yes, I do. I know how to counter things now. When you read the community guidelines as a YouTuber, when they send out the videos and with their little community guidelines and the updates and stuff like that. That's why, I changed certain words I say. I was like, okay, we can't say this word. We can't put this video up no more. A lot of the videos that I had up of Gino, he said, the F word that rhymes with drag. He said the D word that rhymes with kikes. You understand? And they don't want to hear stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you had to regroup, call an audible. You understand? I had to call an audible and whatnot. You gotta find out how to go around all that stuff and still put out the truth and things like that, for sure. All right? He said, is your hat holy? He said, is he going to buy $400 of Campbell's soup? Oh, man. So Hassan has a broken spirit just like myself and everybody else. I believe he's still broken from the African Bambaataa situation. I believe it's still pain and hurt deep down within him. And of course, you still got to pray for people like that. You know what I mean? There's no hate. There's nothing like that I have for the man. Some of his videos, he speak a little bit of truth, but some of it be off. But you can tell he still got some hurt within himself, because he mentioned that, he has a wife, and then when they having such and such times, his mind go back into the Bambaataa situation. That's kind of like, that's something deep right there. That's something real deep. You're really messed up. If you with your wife, anybody out there, if a man is with his wife and then thoughts of him being sodomized from when he was a child and a teenager by another man, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. It's still some brokenness within himself. He said, what kind of name is Doggy Diamonds? Listen, Doggy Diamonds, yeah, he cool, man. I knew of Doggy Diamonds when I was young, He said, what kind of name is Doggy Diamonds? Oh, man, that's funny. Sister David says, he charging you for an interview. Don't it go the other way around. You get paid for being a guest. You said you get paid for being a guest. It depends. You say he got about 455 subscribers. He's I won't say he's lame. I won't say that. TKC says Hassan spews a lot of anti-Christian I don't know how to pronounce that word. Forgive me. I think he's Muslim. I think he is. But sometimes he do quote things from the Bible. So I wouldn't understand that. He says African Bambaataa did that song Planet Rock, Got to Rock It, Don't Stop It. That song. Yeah, that's Bambaataa. That's African Bambaataa and whatnot. And the Zulu Nation. So what they was doing, they was sodomizing kids back then. Him and a few other people and things like that. But he never got charged because, people don't want to speak up and things like that. But Mr. Campbell, it's kind of too late to speak up. It sucks because he's a man, right? But if it was a woman, like they did Bill Cosby, listen, that man would be in jail. So I gotta understand that Mr. Campbell is, he's pouring out that, Bambaataa did this to him, did that. And I don't hope that for nobody at all. I don't hope for nobody at all. You know what I mean? But my question to him and to others who asked him, then why do you keep going back? Why did you keep going back? You understand? Because the moment a fella tries anything, you see these? You see these right here? You see that right there? For sure. For sure. You know what I mean? So, but we ain't really, well, that's part of pain and struggle too. A grown man sodomizing. I mean, you can see the pain and struggles on him. Not that we're here to talk about Mr. Campbell, but a lot of people have been, sodomized, and they still, going through it mentally and emotionally. You understand? You said that's how he makes his money. That's cool. It's all good. All right. You say you got his channel back, either that or he privatized his channel for a moment to keep it from getting taken. This channel was probably he had to remove all his videos, everything, and then he restarted back up. So that tells me that he violated some community guidelines. You understand? So in order for him to get monetized again, if he's going to do it, he had to remove every video from his YouTube, that YouTube channel. He probably saved all of them, of course. You know what I mean? All right. You said, how sick? Why would you play like that, sodomize, and we're not strengthening the hands of an evil doer? For sure. He said, two light-skinned brothers going at it. That's funny. That's funny. What up, Andrew Jackson? What up? What up? Yes. A false prophet called another member of TOG Chubby Cheeks. What? I can't even register that in my head from a so-called minister. Why would you call that man that? I know his trolls are listening right now. How do you follow a man like that to call another man Chubby Cheeks? I don't get these people on here, man. Weird. I don't get them. What up, Yvette? What up? Well, oh man. Oh man, he said Smut Lewis. Yep. Smut Lewis. That's him. He's probably in here too. He says, "Oh Lord, help! We need to pray. The Lord pull down the wicked false preachers and teachers." He says, "It's the simplest words that gets me. Like, their guidelines aren't the same for everyone, especially depending on the subject you are talking on." You're right. Tika Hunter says, "I'm late." What up? What up, Tika Hunter? What up? What up? What up? Oh man, y'all funny. He says, "Remember when African Bambaataa was exposed? Thought that was not true." Well, I'm from the Jersey area, and they was out there in New York. Sometimes you hear about stories, like sometimes stories may flow around of individuals, but now it's getting more out there about African Bambaataa, sodomizing people when they was young, because there's a councilman in New York also. I forgot his name, but he was a hip hop artist. I think his name was Beast Stinger or something like that. Beast Stinger, right? He said that Bambaataa sodomized him too. There's other people that said African Bambaataa sodomized them. You know what I mean? I don't know. You understand? I don't know in the sense why would grown men want to do that to kids and teenagers and whatnot and things like that. You understand? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. He says my dad had the Jock Jam CD with Planet Rock. Let's get ready to rumble. Rappers Delight. The Message, Grandmaster Flash, and Pump the Jam. He said you're going way back. He says, man, I had no idea about that. Yes. Yep. So I guess they call Africa Bambaataa one of the founding fathers of hip hop and things like that. And how they look at people like that. They can't do no wrong. Really. Look what happened to Eddie Long. Look what happened to it's almost a different so-called preacher every week. You know what I mean? Putting his hands on people in a sexual way and whatnot. I don't know what's up with these people, man. I don't get it. Now I believe the Zulu Nation, they removed Africa Bambaataa. You just now removing him? We should have been did that. You should have been did that. And I believe years ago, they had a meeting with Bambaataa, and he admitted to it. But when he did an interview with Lisa Everetts, he denied it. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You understand? But that's this guy, Bambaataa. It's crazy. All right. TK says Bambaataa never got charged because some people were threatened into silence and others didn't want to be branded a snitch. But that's the issue I have with so-called criminal code of the streets. Well, me personally, I can care less about the criminal code of the streets. I don't care about it. I don't abide by it. I know a lot of people go by that. You know what I mean? When they go through their pain and struggle of going to prison and whatnot. I don't care about that. You understand? I don't know why people go by. Why they go by that stuff? I don't get it. They go by some street codes. Where does stuff come from? Is it written? Is it written? Because I don't follow none of that stuff. I can care less about it, man. When they be talking about snitching and all that other stuff, man, I'm like, these guys are fools. These guys are fools at the end of the day, And to have to be threatened in silence. You scared of another man? Are you scared of a bunch of men? I don't get some people. Stand up for yourself. These people threaten. They send threats all the time. I don't care. I don't care. Smut Lewis, as we talked about Smut Lewis, he made a video with a gun and tried to threaten another troll. Who cares? Hold up your guns, hold up your knives. Say you coming here, say you coming there. Who cares? Who cares? At the end of the day, that stuff don't move me, and it shouldn't move anybody who's striving for God and whatnot. That's the problem. A lot of these people, they live in fear. You know what I mean? They live in fear. They scared. At the end of the day, all right. Jen Ju says, I love how authentic Tony is when he can't pronounce certain words or understand them. He said, bless his heart. Listen, if I can't read a word, I ain't. For sure. You said, was Mr. Campbell was the preacher man who the 14-year-old girl? No, we're talking about a different. We're talking about somebody else. We're talking about a popular YouTuber. He said push him. He said push him. Lotion. He said that false prophet sound like a suspect. He says, what are your thoughts about Orlando Brown and that member from B2K on struggles they're going through when supposedly Will Smith and Chris Stokes was sexually abusing them? Oh, B2K. Well, let me say this. I got a lot of stories, man. I got a lot of stories. You know what I mean? I can only go by what people tell me. So when I was about 19 years old, 2003, there was this female in North, New Jersey I was talking to. You know, she knew them. She knew the brother of Raz B, Ricky Romance, and whatnot. So she used to say stories about, you know, how she visit them and stuff like that, but she didn't tell me that. So I can only go by that at the end of the day. You understand? I heard no stories about, you know, Chris Stokes doing this, but from what Raz B and them saying that he did do that to them and whatnot. If he did, that's a sad situation that he did that to his own family member because they are related by blood. Chris Stokes and Raz B and Ricky Romance and whatnot, right? But by the way, that's the guy name. That's what they call him, Ricky Romance. Why? I don't know. You understand? But that's what I know him by. Raz B brother or something like that. You know what I mean? So if that happens, of course, it can mess up somebody's mind and whatnot. It can. You know, like I said, I don't understand why grown men would want to do that to teenagers and whatnot. For sure. I mean, Raz B, he looked like he's messed up still. You know, I watched some of his interviews and whatnot. 1 minute he's okay. Next minute you hearing a story about him and things like that. You know? So obviously he's going through something in life and what have you. You know what I mean? Orlando Brown, I don't know. I just think he's just looking for attention. You know what I mean? I don't think nothing really wrong with him per se. The man can't get no acting deals and whatnot. So he's just trying to stay relevant by doing something. You know what I mean? Some people try to stay relevant by doing something. You know? And he seemed like one of them. What up, Chanel? What up? Let me see. Linda, what's up? You says, just love the way you speak. So real and honest. Bless you. Bless you too. At Linda. Appreciate that. What up, SNS? This guy said bump. This guy bugging. Sister David says also television was a lot more better, clean, rated G television programs and commercials. For sure. Absolutely on that note. Simply Behold says there was a good saying that went something like, there's never any traffic on going the extra mile. Wow. G Swole says because if you snitch, they'll get their homies to quite possibly off you. Well, to all those fellas out there who follow some street codes and whatnot, I don't care about it. I really don't. At the end of the day, listen, real men strive to follow the truth, not to hold down what the streets say or what made up rules that the streets say. These guys stand on the corner all day and don't even own a property on the block. These guys fight and shoot each other over a block and don't even own nothing. You understand? Don't even own a car at the end of the day. They stand on the corners They stand in buildings, you know, in Old Block and whatnot. Listen, Old Block is a popular area in Chicago. Do any one of them own any piece of property over there? Any one of them? Let me know. You understand? What are you fighting for? You fighting over a block? You fighting over a gang set? For what? Focus on investing in something. Investing your time in, you know what I mean? Listen, I'm going to invest my time in this. Let me get some land. Let me get some property. What am I fighting over a street sign for? You understand? What am I fighting over this block for? What have this block done for me? You understand? What have it done for me? Because when you get locked up, in majority of the cases, your friends ain't there for you. When you get shot or stabbed up and you're in the hospital, who's there for you? When you at your lowest point, who's there for you? So what's the point of fighting for a block? You understand? When I'm fighting in the ring when I was young, I was fighting for a career. You understand? At least I could say that. You know what I mean? I wasn't out there, okay, let me fight on this block and take up for my block. This is my hood. This is my set. For what? You understand? And it's the same way how I am now. Listen, I talk like this in person. What have this block done for you? What property you own on this block? You understand? That you're fighting for. And if you're fighting, if you own something, you're not fighting with these. You're going to the courthouse. You understand? You're getting some lawyers. You're getting some architects. You know what I mean? To draw out something you want to be built and whatnot. You know what I mean? You're getting some contractors. Okay, I want this fixed here. I want that fixed here. Make sure it's good. Because I want my tenants to feel comfortable when they move in my property. They waste their time shooting and killing each other. For what? For what? Old Block? You understand? Blocks in Jersey City, Compton, Philadelphia. You know what I mean? And you know, you got YouTubers out here that go to these blocks and find it fascinating. I mean, I watch the YouTubers, hood vlogs and whatnot when they go into the hoods and stuff like that, talk to these guys. Listen, help yourself, brother. Help yourself. If that's what you want to do, hood vlogs and whatnot, go into the hood to see how it is, help yourself, man. You know what I mean? Listen, that's on you, brother. Keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? But at least give it an encouraging word when you're going into those areas, recording and stuff like that, for sure. All right? Let me see. What up, Gail? What up? These guys are fools. They do time for guys who don't care about them. When they in prison, they steal their woman. Yep. You're right about that. You're right. Look at the rapper, Casanova. Casanova 2 times. Look at him. Listen, he got a beautiful woman, right? I believe they gave him, 15 years in prison? Now what? You put in all that work for a gang, right? And then when you get to prison, I ain't a part of the gang no more. I'm ready to be good now. I'm ready to be good, Your Honor. I was wrong, Your Honor. It's too late now. You did all that stuff for your team and whatnot. Where they at now? They can't get you out. Now they can't help you out. Now, Your Honor, I'm not a part of the gang no more. You understand? Now I'm pretty sure, some men that he know, they creeping in his girlfriend or his wife DM right now. I don't think that's his wife. Probably his fiance or something. They creeping in her DM right now. You understand? So you're right about that. They would do time for another man. And yet they texting a woman one day, are you okay? You good? We gonna hold them down. Next week, we gonna hold them down. Can I come over? You know what I'm saying? Can I come over to, make sure everything good? Creeping his way in. Listen, I know the game, man. It's a process. You working on it. It's a process to work on that woman because she's vulnerable in those times, especially the man that's close to people who get locked up. And he got a beautiful girlfriend, a wife or something like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Tax stone, right? Another one. They're doing all this time for what? For what? You understand? For what, man? I ain't doing no time for nobody unless I'm defending myself for my kids, my mother, grandmother, stuff like that. That's it at the end of the day. But you're right about that. They do time for people who don't even care about them. They make it seem like they care, but they don't. Because the moment you get locked, the moment they get locked up and whatnot, I'm going to hold you down. I'm going to put some money on your books, XYZ. Guess what? The money start getting lower and lower. The phone calls start getting lower and lower. You know what I mean? And now they creeping in your girl inbox. She's vulnerable. You locked up. You can't do nothing. You locked up. What you going to do? You understand? You texting your girl. What you going to do? You know what I mean? So it's crazy. You're right. You're right about that. I ain't taking no penitentiary chances for nobody. Nobody. You understand? Listen, if I'm walking with any one of you guys one day on here and you guys happen to start trouble, I don't care how good I know how to fight, wrestle, grapple. You understand? That's on you. You understand? That's on you. I'm going to just look and watch. You understand? I'm going to look and watch. I probably referee it too. Because I ain't getting into no mess for nobody. You know what I mean? And then I'll tell on you. For sure. All right. Simply Behold says, I heard some people stand on corners like they own it or something. It's like, okay, have it. Well, yeah, that happens a lot when I go back home to Jersey City. Some of the same people still stand on the same corners every day. Stegman and Jackson, Wegman and Jackson, Bidwell and Jackson, Boxwood and Jackson. I used to go to this boxing gym over there. Every day, guys sitting on the corner in front of the liquor store, right across the street from Sluggo's. Sluggo's, he got Bible scriptures up. Let me see if we can find it right quick before I get off. All right, let's go here right now. Let's see if we can find it right quick. We're gonna go to it right now. To Sluggo's. Bear with me right quick. Shout out to Sluggo's. So this is Sluggo's right here, right? Sluggo's got, he got Bible scriptures up, and whatnot, and things like that on his store. If we could go there right quick, forgive me. I'm trying to go. I don't know if y'all can see it, but he got scriptures up, and people will still stand outside in front of the liquor store that's across the street from it all day. All day. What up, Pebbles? What up? Appreciate that at G Bowen. What up? You says, I believe my big brother is going through that when he's serving 25 to life, not having one of his homies or even our brothers visit him besides me. and we didn't really have a tight, good relationship. Appreciate that at G Bowens. I hear you at SNS. Appreciate that at Linda. Appreciate that at Mary Starkey. What up? What up? What up? What up, AM? What up, J King? He said you be like Claude. Oh man, he said Claude. He said from the movie Life, depending on the lawyer to get him out. But the whole time the lawyer got his woman and gone. Keep on depending on the streets. He said Claude from Life. Oh man. Simply behold, he said, appreciate all the content you put out for us, especially consistently. No problem, man. Anytime. You know what I mean? I told myself this year I was going to step up my game and really come harder than ever and whatnot. And, that's how I've been. So I was going to take it, more and more serious for sure. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in on both channels. All right. Linda says, love you and all you do and believe in. Bless you. Appreciate that for sure. Appreciate that. Let me see if I missed any comments. Yvette says the program and no dads, they are emboldened by the It's always been the agenda. We can pray for better days. Absolutely. Falconer says, I just joined, but the title reminds me endure hardness. Jeremy says, who wants to live in a cage like an animal and sharing with a bunch of dudes who wants to brush their teeth with the same water you use the bathroom with? That's true? Really? Wow. That's crazy for sure. Definitely crazy. Let's see. Lily of the Valley says, do you ever have Hebrew Israelites debate up here? Yes. Yes, we had Tazariak on here. Tazariak had a biblical discussion with Reginald Young and Bronson. We also had another Hebrew Israelite by the name of Jansen Williams. He's a Hebrew Israelite. And who else was an Israelite? I'm trying to think. I think that's it. But we had Israelites on here. We did try to reach out to IUIC and they didn't respond. GMS camp, neither. All right. Let me see. Mary says you are so cool, and we all love your show. Appreciate that. I'll be trying to stay on long. Usually I stay on for like a good hour, but I try to see how it is staying on a little bit longer and whatnot. Christopher says my first tour in jail, it seemed the ballers were struggling, while the fiends was asking the ballers if they need a soup. When I seen that, I said, man, this isn't it. Listen, I don't understand why some people be taking penitentiary chances. I don't get it. And then when they get there, they want to talk about pain. They want to talk about struggles and whatnot. Listen, if you wasn't standing on the corner pushing your rock and whatnot, you wouldn't be in that situation. You know what I mean? If you wasn't busting moves with the homies and whatnot, putting in work, you wouldn't be in that situation. You know what I mean? So don't sit here, you hear, oh, free this person and free that person and things like that. Okay, cool, granted. But guess what? They committed a crime. And when you commit a crime, Where you go if you get caught and convicted? You go into jail. You go into prison. You know what I mean? So it's no time for crying. There's no time for, you know what I mean? Granted that some of us, you know, we're immature, we're young at certain points of our life, and we make stupid decisions. You know what I mean? I do understand that. All right? Hey, Jen Juice, you funny, man. Chill. Yvette says, good night. We appreciate you, bruh. Ah, man. Appreciate you, too. Simply Behold says, G Swole not sure about that boot. Many people are having kids. Birth rate is down drastically everywhere because of food, chemicals, and programming. Wow. He says, have you considered coming to Seattle? I don't know. I don't know what's to do out there in Seattle. I mean, me personally, I don't like airplanes, but I've been to Las Vegas before, you know. And listen, I didn't like that. I don't like being in the air in the wee hours of the night and turbulence and whatnot. I don't like that. You understand? I don't like that at all. But I still will take a plane if needed. What's out there in Seattle? I don't know what's out there. You know, I really don't know. All right. Terrence says, I see the stove in the background. Is it for show? Huh? What? Is it for show? My setup is in my kitchen because of my lights. How the lights hitting the camera. That's why. I was an Amber Alert. Yeah, can y'all see that? I don't know. It's not showing. Did y'all get the Amber Alert and whatnot? Mint Hill, North Carolina. I shoot my lives mainly here in my kitchen because of my lights. You understand? That's why. You know what I mean? Because the lights hit the camera just nice. All right. I mean, once in the blue, I'll go in my room or something. You know what I mean? But because of the lights. All right. And also I keep my stuff clean and nice and whatnot. So makes for a good background. All right. Kitchen talk. Kitchen talk. Appreciate that. At Craig Giselle. He said, am I a chef? You funny. Southern Belle says it's not that bad. Flights are better than sitting in traffic if you live in a big city. He said we should want to know as we may be the main dish. He says, are you going to host a live in person this year? What you mean in person? What you mean by that? Host a live in person. Are you talking about a debate in person with two people? Let me know. Jackie McCall says, at the end of the day, life struggles, it's all based upon individual's choice, whatever it is. Hey, yo, Jen Juice, man, you on your shenanigans tonight. Sin Stu, you said the rich and poor have tons of life struggles and disappointments. The end is death. Could you say this life was worth living besides having kids? Absolutely. For sure. Oh, a live debate. It depends who it is. It depends who it is, you know, and how respectful they are. You understand? It all depends. You know what I mean? It all depends. Appreciate that at Mary Starkey. Appreciate that. You know? You says the young black men that I know who get 5-10 years while in jail, they turn to religion. A lot of them come out Muslims or Israelites. Yep. You're right about that. That's where they turn to. For sure. I heard this that I think about. It says, don't let problems ruin your relationship. Hardships are just tests that you bond stronger in what you think. What do you think, Tony? Don't let problems ruin your relationship. Hardships. Well, what do I think? It depends what it is. You understand? Because if I'm talking to a female and we're talking about, getting married and whatnot, and then I see on her Facebook, not that I'm not a person that really view Facebook pages and whatnot, but if it come in my news feed that she's hugging on another man that's not a family member and whatnot, then that bond that's not gonna be a stronger bond right there. That's automatic termination. You understand? It's certain things that is automatic termination in my book. You know what I mean? So that's why it's tough when it comes to marriage, man. You know what I'm saying? We talked about it, and people with 30 or 40 years experience, gave advice and whatnot. You know what I mean? Because I can't deal with red flags that I see. When talking about getting married, if you're talking about that type of relationship. If you're talking about a friendship, it depends. It depends. Because I'm real strict when it comes to friendship and whatnot. It could take a person a very long time before I call them, a true friend, because I'm very cautious. Who I pick and choose as, a friend, meaning, talking, hanging out, playing basketball, working out and stuff like that. It takes a long time. You understand? A long time. All right. Appreciate that at Chanel Courtney. Appreciate that. He said, if that would be cool if you can host a debate in person at a common place. Yes. I did think about that. For sure. Got a couple of people in mind. Got a couple of people in mind for sure. Couple of people in mind. Oh man, he said that other human. Man, he's funny, man. G Swole says, why do you think a woman stays committed to a man that treats her so bad for so long? I mean, you would have to ask a woman, man. Like, I don't know. You would have to ask a woman that been through something like that. I don't know. I don't have female emotions and stuff like that. But when it seems like women do have a stronger heart than men in reference to like putting up with stuff. You know what I mean? Putting up with emotional hurt, mental hurt, physical pain. There are some women out there that will stick it through to the end. They will ride or die for a man. Doesn't matter what that man is doing to them. They believe that man could change and still will give them chance after chance after chance. And very few men have changed, but I don't know. You understand? So it seemed like, I was talking with somebody about maybe 2 weeks ago. They mentioned that why it's okay for men, well, some men to cheat on women, right? They think it's okay. You know what I mean? But as soon as the women cheat on the man's ready to go. That's because, women have, like I said earlier, they can bear more of that pain. I mean, personally, I can't deal with that type of stuff, man. I don't know how they do it. For sure. You know what I mean? Latanya says these days people are saying trying to find the right person in marriage is like trying to find a job. Wow. He said just on the beat Vegas. I would fund what I could for expenses for that. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. He says I have one friend. I'm totally okay with that. No way. Dude. All right. We're gonna end this live. We're gonna end this live. We've been on here for about 2 hours. I appreciate everybody for coming on this live. You know, do remember be on the checkout for more videos coming to this YouTube channel and things like that. Let me read this comment from C Mac. You says a lot of it brainwashed and controlling, like the women that got shot recently by her husband, the so-called pastor. Wow. So as we come to a closing, I hope everybody have a wonderful night. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on live tomorrow. You know, I got some things I have to do in general. So maybe I go on a live, you know, in the midst of what I got to do tomorrow and things like that for sure. But we'll see. You know, maybe I go on live from my phone and whatnot and things like that for sure. So what else we got to say? Be on the lookout for more discussions in general coming towards this channel. He says, is there a biblical debate coming up? Yes, it is. We're working on that. Appreciate that. Mary Starkey. Levy says, I've noticed people who said they live for God call me funny acting when you truly start living for God. Absolutely. For sure at Jen. For sure. So I hope everybody have a wonderful night. We're going to look out for more videos. True for God videos is on Tony Harvin TV YouTube channel. If you haven't been to that YouTube channel with nothing but the True for God videos, I'm uploading more videos to that channel, Tony Harvin TV. We was broadcasting from 2 YouTube channels today, Tony Harvin Network and Tony Harvin primary YouTube channel. So I thank everybody for coming in. May you all have a wonderful night, a blessed night. Thank you all for tuning in, and we shall see next time. All right? Peace.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same.